Okay, so we are going to study a very interesting topic today, and that's called fetal circulation. So fetal circulation is very different from the adult circulation because in the fetus the lungs are not developed. So if the lungs are not developed, how is the oxygenated blood going to be delivered to the essential organs like liver, like brain, which have to be fully functional after the birth of the baby. So to enable this proper function after the birth, there is a shunt mediated circulation which is developed in the fetal system. So this is a shunt mediated circulation. Why? Because the lungs are not functional in the fetus as they are bathing in the amniotic fluid, right? So who does this process of oxygenation of the blood? Now there is an organ which is called the placenta. So placenta is responsible for oxygenation of the blood in case of fetus. So here in the figure, this is the fetal heart and the fetal liver. This is the placenta of the mother. Between the placenta and the fetal system, there is a connection, there is a cord. This cord is referred to as the umbilical cord. Now this umbilical cord will contain one umbilical vein and two umbilical arteries, right? So umbilical cord is a connection between the mother and the fetus. It contains one umbilical vein and two umbilical arteries. Now moving on to the circulation. How does circulation occur in the fetus? So here you see from the placenta, this particular vessel, this red color, from here oxygenated blood is going into the liver. The first oxygenated blood will be going into the liver via the umbilical vein. And I have mentioned here left umbilical vein because the right one is degenerated. So it is a left umbilical vein which is going to transfer the oxygenated blood. 80% oxygen is there in this blood, and it is delivered to the liver first. From the liver, the blood will be shunted. Shunted means it will be bypassed, shunted into the inferior vena cava. It will be shunted into the inferior vena cava to bypass the renal portal system. Okay, so the renal portal system is present in the liver. To bypass this renal portal system, there is a shunt present over here. That shunt is called ductus venosus. Okay, it bypasses the renal portal system and finally it will meet the inferior vena cava, which is coming from the lower part of the body, right? Okay, now further this blood going into the inferior vena cava, finally coming into the right auricle. In normal adult, this blood should travel into the right ventricle, right? But here there is a modification. What is that modification? That modification is this structure which is present over here. This is called foramen ovale. You can see the labeling 2 over there. This is foramen ovale. This is an opening which is present in the interatrial septum. Okay, so this is present in the interatrial septum. It is called foramen ovale. Through this, the blood is going to cross and come into the left auricle, right? At the same time, from superior vena cava, the blood is coming from the brain, coming into the right auricle. A part of it is also coming into the right ventricle. Very minimum amount is entering into the pulmonary artery. The green one over here is the pulmonary artery. So a minimum amount you can see it is going into the pulmonary artery. Now pulmonary artery, the blood is going to the pulmonary artery. Finally on the top point, see over here, at this point between this aorta, between the descending aorta and the pulmonary artery, there is a connection. This connection is called ductus arteriosus, and this one is the third shunt which is present in the fetal system. Okay, so what is this? This is ductus arteriosus. It is a connection between the dorsal aorta and the pulmonary artery. And this is very much important because the lungs are not functional. Hence, we do not want to send the blood to the lungs. Most of it will be pumped into the aorta through the ductus arteriosus, and finally it is going to come inside the descending aorta, right? So I am repeating what happens. The blood is coming from the placenta, the oxygenated blood going into the liver. There is a shunt over here, that's ductus venosus. It will bypass the renal portal system, goes into the inferior vena cava, then goes into the right auricle, then goes into the left auricle. At the same time, from the superior vena cava, the blood is coming into the right ventricle, going into the pulmonary artery, but it is not going to the lungs. It is going to the aorta through the connection that's called ductus arteriosus, and that blood is again going to circulate in the body. It will be coming into the thoracic aorta, going into the abdominal cavity, that's the abdominal aorta. From the abdominal aorta, there will be two sets of arteries which are called external iliac artery. Again, two sets of arteries which are called internal iliac artery. So this external iliac artery is going to supply the blood to the legs, to the limbs. Internal iliac artery is going to supply blood to the pelvis, right? From this internal iliac artery, again is going to emerge another set of artery that's called the hypogastric artery. Okay, so from the internal iliac artery, another set is going to emerge, another set of artery is going to emerge, that's called the hypogastric artery. From this hypogastric artery, again, the two sets of the umbilical artery is going to come out, which is going to give the blood to the placenta for oxygenation. So we can see here, placenta is working as lungs in case of the fetus. Here, and mind it, we can see over here that initial oxygenation level 80%. By the time the blood is returning to the placenta, it is only 52 to 58% oxygenated. So in the placenta, the exchange of gases is going to occur, and again the process is going to start. And this particular connection is just shown so that the circuit is complete, right? So we can see that there are three shunts which are present in the fetal system. The first one is ductus venosus. The second one is foramen ovale. This is the one. Third one is ductus arteriosus. Fine. Now what happens when the baby is born? So when the baby is born, there will be two sets of changes which are going to occur, due to which this particular opening here, foramen ovale, will close. Okay. So with the first cry of the baby, with the first cry or with the first breath of the baby, what is going to happen? The lungs are going to expand. So when the lungs are going to expand, obviously the pressure over here in the left auricle is going to increase. At the same time, the connection from the placenta is also cut, so the pressure here is decreasing. The pressure here in the left auricle is increasing. At the same time, the lungs are functioning. So what is going to happen? Due to the increase in the pressure, this particular opening which you can see over here, foramen ovale, is going to close with this muscular flap-like structure which is already present. This muscular flap-like structure has been labeled as septum primum. You can see it, septum primum. And this S-like structure, this curved shape, this S-like structure, this depression is actually called septum secundum. Okay, this is called septum secundum. So what happens is that with the pressure over here, this septum primum is going to just fall on top of the foramen ovale. Okay, and this is going to close. But this actually occurs physiologically, it will occur after the birth. Okay, and anatomically, if we talk about it, then anatomically it takes about 1 year to close completely. Fine. So after birth, what happens to these three shunts? To these three different shunts which we have seen in the fetal system. So you can see the first one is ductus venosus, right? So ductus venosus after birth changes into ligamentum venosum. So it changes into ligamentum venosum. It changes into ligamentum venosum. Foramen ovale changes into fossa ovalis. Ductus arteriosus changes into ligamentum arteriosum. Okay, and also the umbilical vein also degenerates, becomes fibrotic, and forms ligamentum hepatis teres, which is actually a part of the liver. Okay, later on it forms a part of the liver which is called falciparum ligament of the liver. So these are the changes which are actually occurring after the birth. So if this foramen ovale does not close in certain conditions, then this is known as PFO, that is patent foramen ovale. Patent foramen ovale, and then you actually get to hear things like he is having a hole in the heart. That means the foramen ovale is not properly closed after birth.